Okay, welcome to the Human Resources Committee to order for March 22nd, 2018. The first item on the agenda is a declaration of pecuniary interest. So it's need to remind everyone it's their own responsibility to do so if and when a matter arises on the agenda. Item 2 are the action items, and the first action item is occupational accident insurance and excess indemnity insurance renewals. And we'll ask Kelly Calder to walk us through that, as Marianne is away home with an illness today.
Through you, Mr. Warden, what's presented before you is for your awareness in terms of our procurement process. We would typically, when we do single source, come to you and seek your authorization to approve us to enter into the agreements. This document, we will be going forward in future years and seek your permission to engage with the extended insurance carrier for catastrophic insurance when an employee has had a horrific injury. That we get coverage over multiple years, because we come back to you every year for this item. So in summary, this report is seeking your approval to engage with Jardine, Lloyd, and Thompson for the catastrophic, and that the additional coverage that's required, that you give us authority to engage with Chubb Insurance Company for the occupational accident insurance. The rates are highlighted. In terms of the budget, that there is a difference from what was budgeted in this rate, and that the request is it would be funded from the tax stabilization reserve. So I can respond to any questions if you wish, Mr. Warden.
The Chubb one, Kelly, just explain that again, please.
Through you, Mr. Warden, that Jardine, Lloyd, Thompson only provide coverage for a certain dollar figure based on payroll.
Yes.
So any individual who supersedes that, they have to underwrite with a third-party carrier.
Yes.
And their carrier of choice is Chubb Insurance.
Oh, okay. All right.
Could this be something that could be funded under the WSIB fund, because we are self-insuring and this does fall under that rather than the tax stabilization fund?
Through you, Mr. Warden, yes, indeed, we would make that recommendation going forward. And in this particular case, the premiums came back at a higher rate than what we had seen in prior years, and it's because of the advancements in the medical field, and people are surviving pretty horrific injury. But yes, absolutely on a go-forward basis.
Can you read the recommendation, Kelly, and we'll see if we get a mover in a second, or then we can have more discussion if
Through you, Mr. Warden, the recommendation is that committee approve the insurance policies through Jardine, Lloyd, Thompson of Canada effective January 1st, 2018, and specifically that the coverage underwritten by Chubb Insurance Company for occupational accident insurance at a premium of $35,209, HST included, and for excess indemnity insurance at a premium of $139,663, HST included, and finally that the Director of Human Resources be authorized to sign all necessary documents to give effect to the contracts.
you've heard the motion. Is there a mover? Moved by Ann, second by Robert. Any discussion on the motion? All those in favor of the motion? And that's carried. So there's another item, action item.
Through you, Mr. Warden, I would ask for the second action item if we could receive approval, a recommendation and approval to add it to the agenda. It was an addition that came through this morning, and the agenda that had been reported into the public domain yesterday did not have this on it. So if we could do that, then I can talk to the report,
So you need a motion to,
amend the agenda.
okay, that's simple enough. Moved by Mike, second by Ann. Any discussion on that? All those in favor? The agenda is amended.
Through you, Mr. Warden, we had received in January the intent to retire for our administrator at Gateway Haven. And you'll recall that Miss Heather Penny, she was our director of care at Gateway Haven for a number of years and was promoted in 2014 to serve as the administrator. We've been gifted with having her continue on the team for that long, because when she joined us as director of care, she had articulated that she was just coming out of retirement for a short stint. So we've been quite blessed and are appreciative of her service and sad to see her go. There are two positions in the county structure that we tend to struggle to recruit with. One, of course, I shouldn't say just the county, all municipalities and cities. One is Director of Public Works. They tend to be very difficult positions to recruit. And the second is leadership positions within long-term care. We did contact 3 organizations by way of a request for proposal to consider providing us with recruitment support for this position. The 3 that responded are contained within the report. One being, sorry, I'll just skip down. The 3 who responded were Feldman Daxon, Medfall Group, and Maxwell Management. We assessed them based on 6 criteria. One was staff experience in the area of executive type of recruitments. The second was how long of a guarantee would they provide for the services. The third is whether or not they had expertise and extensive experience with long-term care, in particular as a sector. The ability to document a holistic plan of the recruitment, and then finally familiarity with our operations at the county, so that we're not spending time or money in educating the recruiter on, in particular, municipal operations. The 3 also provided quotations. They were quite close in financial terms. So Feldman Daxon came through with a quote of $25,000 plus HST plus expenses being largely the travel time. The Medfall Group quoted $24,000. That will be plus HST as well, and plus expenses. And then the third was the Maxwell Management Group, and they came in at $29,495. However, that is all inclusive. The ranking or the rating, the concern that we had with the Maxwell Management submission was that they really are very much experts with doctor recruitment, and that is their area of specialty. The concern with the Medfall Group is it does not appear that they have extensive experience in recruiting into the long-term care sector. And as many of you know, that Feldman Daxon has done a number of recruitments, not only at the county level, but at the local level, and also other public agencies in the Grey County and Bruce County area. So with that, the staff recommendation is to grant us approval to source with Feldman Daxon at the rate that has been quoted, which is the middle of the 3 fiscal dollars, and that be funded from the tax stabilization reserve.
You've heard the recommendation. If we had a mover and a seconder, we can have some discussion. Moved by Ann, second by Mike. Is there any discussion on the recommendation? All those in favor of the recommendation? That's carried. I guess this thing decided to start working part-time here. Go down to the agenda. Oh, we're on to next meeting, April the 5th, 2018. Motion to adjourn. Moved by Robert, second by Ann. All those in favor, we're adjourned.